What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It's your boy the Squirrel. Got something a little different for you today. This is one of the recommended videos, I believe, by Tip Chicken, and this is called Donald Trump is a Cretin. Brian Blessed, the Russell Howard Hour. Or is it Blessed? I think is it Blessed? See the things that just like stop me mid sentence. So I want to check this out with you guys. I I'm just gonna warn everybody ahead of time. I don't know what this is about. I just want to have a good time with everybody. So just enjoy it for what it is. All right. Here we go. This is Donald Trump as a Cretin. Brian blessed. The Russell Howard Hour. I have no idea what I'm getting into. These are like my favorite ones to do when I'm stepping into a pile of something, but I'm not sure if it's shit or roses. If it's your first time here, you can step into that with me every time I put out a video by hitting the subscribe button and clicking the notification bell and coming back and hang out with your boy the Squirrel and joining the Squirrel Squad. Here we go, folks. Let's do it.
You ask the questions. This week, I was joined by Britain's loudest national treasure, Brian Blessed. And what a treat it was.
It is
Brian
blessed.
Blessed is one of the country's most celebrated actors, starring in everything from Shakespeare to sci-fi.
Gordon's alive.
He's also an adventurer who's climbed Mount Everest multiple times, became the oldest man to walk to the North Pole, and he's even completed space training for his next planned trip.
Wow. Wow.
So we have our guest here tonight, the fantastic Brian Blessed. Brian, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, it's marvelous being on the show.
It's
It's
COVID
nice to see you
TV.
again. Oh, these are extraordinary times, Russell, aren't they?
How are you
Well,
coping?
I'm very king of the voiceovers at the moment. So
Oh, really?
my voice is my saviour, you know.
Okay, Brian, if we start with the questions, the first question I have for you is, do you sing in the shower? And if so, what do you sing?
It was interesting on Stars in Their Eyes. I agreed to be Pavarotti,
Right.
you know, and when they made me up and put the black wig on and things and blacked my beard, and I came
wow.
on in the midst, and the audience applauded.
Looks
But
like
I looked
Pavarotti.
just like him. And then you can see the audience all cheering and clapping, and then it stopped clapping just as I thought, well, he looks like him. But he'll never sound like him. The shock in their faces.
Yeah, I
when
can't
was-
imagine.
Ma cielo che è bello in me, oh sole mio, stai da fronte a te, stai da fronte a te. And the audience was stunned, and I wanted
Of course. There's something about that song as well. It just evokes World Cup 90.
Yes.
You know, and you sort of like Roberto Baggio. Ugh. Next question.
I don't know what that is. But...
Why are you so relentlessly positive?
Well, I have, from being a baby, a child, I have a great love of life.
Yes.
I absolutely adore life. I can't wait for the day to start. I can't wait for the sun to come up. And I enjoy being with people. I love gardening. I've got a huge garden that I do a massive amount of that would Monty Don would love to see. I all that. And so I just love life. I love adventure. I can't wait to get back to Mount Everest. I can't wait to go to space. And people say to me, Brian, is it not dangerous going on my adventures? And I've always said, well, the greatest danger in life is not taking the adventure. That's the great danger.
Yeah.
I've been lucky met people like the Dalai Lama, who's my age. I was alone with the Dalai Lama because he blessed me for Everest. Of course, everyone asks him about reincarnation, but I asked him about his sex life. His sex. Yeah. He went, whoa! No one asked me questions like that. He said, yes, sometimes, you know, Brian, I think of a beautiful woman. And then he said, I do my mantras louder, and then I take a cold shower. And he has a very good effect on me. But I often miss beautiful women.
Now, let's have a look at a video question.
He famously punched the polar bear in the face. But what human being or person would you personally punch in the face?
I mean, but I did punch a polar bear. It was we're going to the magnetic North Pole. We were pursued by polar bears, and they tore into the tent this big female, And because they wanted to shoot it, we had to have gun. I said, nobody shoots anything here. We don't kill anything. And this is its land, and this polar bear did stick its head through, and it's very dangerous. They can kill you in a second. And I just roared with my huge voice and punched it on the nose. And it ran away. And I saved its life. Thank God. Who would I punch in the face? Anyone who abuses animals.
Yeah.
I punch them in the face unreservedly. And I can hit like Rocky Marciano still.
I bet.
This guy's a character.
My boxing champion. Anybody
He really
who
is.
is cruel to animals, I would on the spot.
Absolutely. Ugh. Now, I've got a question here from Daniel Jacks who says, can you ask Brian if the climbing Mount Everest taking a poo story is true?
Mountaineers are the dirtiest, filthiest buggers that have ever lived. I mean, I'll tell you, you're up 25, 28, 30, 40 days on Mount Everest. You can't change your underwear, you can't change your clothes. So we ascended at one point and we got to 23,000 feet on the Lhotse face. And the weather conditions were terrible. And we are 4 of us in a 2-man tent. And we're holding on to the ice with our crampons and things to hold the tent there. And it's shaky, it's going to come off. Now, if that tent came off at that point in all that wind, you would fall 5, 6, 7 miles down the Lhotse face. You'd never be seen again. You'd be torn to shreds. And suddenly Jenkins said, you know, I've got to have a shit. And I said, you can't have a shit, you can't. If you go that down, you'll be dead. I said, if you shit yourself within half an hour, it'll become powder because at altitude, the shit goes to powder. And he insisted, I can't, I'm a gentleman. Oh. So we edged him out towards the exit. We tied him off and let him out onto the Lhotse face at 3 o'clock in the morning.
What?
With winds of 85 miles an hour. We thought the tent's going to fall off the face any minute. We're all going to be killed. And then gradually we heard his voice, can I come in? And he'd had a shit. And he came into the tent. We come on, pass him through. And then suddenly, there's a terrible smell of shit. And I turned round, and there was a turd on Jenkins' shoulder. What had happened was, he had a shit out there. The wind had caught it and taken it up in the air. Then there'd been a lull in the wind, and then it had dropped on his shoulder. Wow. That's the magic of Mount Everest.
I've got a question here from John Chadwick.
What the fuck?
He says, I heard you met the artist Picasso. Can you tell us about that?
Well, this sounds as if I'm kind of crude and thick as pig shit. The thing is, when the war was over, the whole of Britain celebrated that there'd been no more wars. And there was a World Peace Congress. Everybody in thousands, 350,000 people took tents in Woolsborough Park near Sheffield.
Yeah.
Paul Robeson, the wonderful singer, was there, and there was Picasso. And he was painting different things for peace and doves of peace. And I didn't believe he was. I was only 11 years of age, only a little lad. And I made my way through the crowds, got in front of all the lads, and I was in front of Picasso. And I said, they say, you're Picasso. You got a Yorkshire accent. Yeah, they tell me you're Picasso. You sound more like Carmen Miranda to me. You don't sound like Picasso. He said, this is the way I speak. It's the way I speak. I said, if you're Picasso, draw me something. And he drew a dove of peace. And it looked bloody awful. I said, it shows you're not Picasso. This is not a dove. I'll draw you a dove. And I drew him a dove and I gave it to him. And he said, you know, it's the first time I have a critic to the child. My drawing of the dove of peace. And so he offered it to me. And I said, I don't want it. You're not Picasso. And I turned it down. And he accepted my dove instead. I was only 11. And anyway, you can see that dove. It's in the Sheffield Gallery, and it's valued at £57 million. Wow. My father wouldn't talk to me.
Wow.
He said, you bloody turned down This
Wow.
drawing by Picasso, I said, I didn't think he was Picasso. He didn't sound like Picasso.
What an amazing story that
This
is.
guy's got.
Jesus. And do you ever think about that? Are you ever like, I threw away 57 million?
Yeah, I was only a child, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But I still thought it was crap.
I love his
What
honesty.
would Brian say if he met Donald Trump?
I would dwarf him emotionally and dwarf him with my voice because I have 50 times the power of his voice. But I would like to go for a quiet walk in a garden with him and have a quiet chat with him till the mask drops off. Because what we see is not him. You know, I mean, he does come over as a complete ghoul and a clown. America is full of wonderful, wonderful, sophisticated people. So it's astonishing to me that America should have a president with such a cretin who is particularly rude to women. Women are my religion. Young people and women are my religion. 99% of what I've ever learned in life, I've learned from women.
Talking about women, we've got a question here from Norden who wants to know, what's the best advice you've been given?
To honor and revere talent, never to be jealous of it, but to admire people's talent and gifts.
This guy's
I was told
brilliant.
early on, I've always held
Really
it in
is.
my mind, and I say to audiences that there is no one like you. That's my thing. Nature doesn't cheat. We've all got something that nobody else has got. And you've got to be allowed the chance to develop it and bring it, fulfill your dreams. And don't let the bastards grind you down.
I love that. I think that's so wise. This is the last video question.
I like this guy.
Oh,
I do.
hello.
Hello, Brian.
Nice
Big
face.
fan. You want to go to the moon? What would you do if you ever met an alien?
Now, what I love most about that is that was my mum. And, and when she first came on screen, you went, nice face. And she will be absolutely delighted with that.
Thank you. But what would I say to an alien?
Yeah.
I would be overawed. I'd be thrilled. I would sit quiet. I can
I'd be
make a lot
scared
of
shitless.
noise. But I'm only noisy when I choose to be. I actually adore stillness. Love deserts when they're still. Like great mountains when they're still. And I would just be in awe if I did come across an alien. Be kind and loving and humble to it.
What a magnificent interview. Brian, I could talk to you for hours. There is a spirit and an energy that radiates off you, that if an alien met you, that alien would go, I've met the most incredible creature.
I gotta get this guy on my show.
I love talking to you, mate.
I don't even have a show,
I've
but I'll
enjoyed
make one for
myself
Brian
enormously.
Blessed.
Have a wonderful evening. Take care, Brian.
You too. Everybody have a lovely evening. Wonderful. Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Well, Russell Howard, he does some stand-up, looks like, huh? I'm going to check out some more Russell Howard, I don't know. But, wow, Brian Blessed, what a interesting fellow this guy is, huh? How, are you guys holding out on me? You hiding him? I'm just kidding. This guy was great. I just enjoyed it. This wasn't a comedy piece or anything. It was a learning piece for me to learn the character that is Brian Blessed, who's got to be quite the eccentric from your country, I would imagine. You'd see, I mean, not eccentric in a crazy way. He seems like he has his mind in sorts, you know. But wow, man. First I learned about Eddie the Eagle yesterday, and now this. Oh. What else are you guys hiding from me, huh? Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed that interview. It was nice for me to get to experience. This guy's done it all. I mean, Everest a couple times. He wants to go to the moon. Shit's at 30,000 feet. I don't even know. I don't even know. You guys be good. Let's discuss in the comment section below the shitty shoulder thing, alright? I'll talk to you guys later. Squirrel out.